Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 3. The Reedy team taking on the Gotham team. Gotham's not home today though. With me here, still Otto on Bismarck. This is when you usually say something.
Hello.
There we go. And hopefully half my bits won't fall apart the moment they come out of my mouth this time. But that remains to be seen. They're banning the Windrunner. They must think you're playing for the Monstars this time.
Well, JB's got a good Windrunner.
It's also got the G-Rat Bounty Hunter, which is not going to be allowed to be played today. Medusa getting banned, because of course it is. You just make it compact as a league to just not pick this hero. I mean, it's no fun to play. It's no fun to play against. It's no fun to play with. It's no fun to watch. I mean, you just get rid of it. You know, I don't think anybody would miss anything. You know.
I don't think it was banned in our game too. Banned or picked, I don't think it was banned anyway. This week. Not 100%
You banned it game 1. Game 1 you banned it. I don't think it was banned in game 2, but it wasn't. It was an unappealing looking Medusa game with a Darkseer running around, so.
Oh no, we did ban it, sorry, yeah, I lied. We banned it.
Oh, there we go. You see? I remember most things.
Radiant team pick.
Last ban Pit Lord, first pick Undying. Very short time, it's like 10 seconds just got skipped because I didn't want to wait for 50 hours for these guys to run through their reserve.
Do they only ever pick Undying? Have they picked anything else for Tristero?
No, Tristero, like I said last game, 100% Undying rate this season so far.
5 seconds remaining.
Has legitimately not paid anything else yet.
Team pick.
Spirit Breaker coming up. Last time we had some very meta bans. This time the Spirit Breaker is going to get through, and he is going to get picked up here. Not the worst pick in the world to start with early. If, you know, there's some certain heroes in the game that can make it, like, not a hero that exists. One of those is gone. But even if they counterpick, it's like, you probably had to pick a core to do that. You don't want to pick a core to counter support. It is not done. Warlock coming up here. Warlock's a very interesting support in the way that he is a ridiculously useful support to have when you've got the advantage, and of absolutely no value when you're on the back foot. So Reedy lineup is probably thinking, you know, last game it was kind of a rout from bell to bell, never lost the gold advantage at any point. So, you know, pick a Warlock. Warlock's a great support to have if your primary concern is just putting a pin on things, getting things done, moving on, putting those fatal bonds on guys, getting those golems out, having a good time. Downside is he completely sucks against Undying, so hopefully they don't lane against each other.
So is this a Molsky Warlock?
I assume. It would stand to reason. Molsky Warlock, Sabo, Spirit Breaker. Last time, both Molsky and Tristero were pause 5. So no, Molsky is pause 4, but they might be switching back this time. Oh my god, it's Ogre Magi. Maybe a Tristero is going to get to play that this time. But I'm not holding my breath for some reason.
Ten seconds remaining.
Got 2 mouth breathers on the Dire here. I guess 3 really, because, you know, 2 heads, but 2 mouth breather heroes. Not in the way they operate, but in the way they are literally mouth breathers, you can see here. Void Spirit knocked out, immediately targeting Reedy.
I won't mind seeing G-Wrath Omni Knight this game. It's pretty good at the Omni Knight. Purges the Ogre slows.
It's still kind of crap against the Undying, but it's just Undying. It's just a...
The Undying is going to be in the other lane though, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it kind of sucks against Undying even in the open game, but...
5 seconds remaining.
They definitely need something to do about that Tombstone, because right now you got 2 very slow right-clicking heroes, and Warlock's just going to get eaten by the thing. He's not going to have any impact in fights if Tombstone gets to stay alive.
Radiant team ban. Dire team
Oh, it's a
ban.
very generic thing to say in this specific circumstance, but a Snapfire could be a lot of fun. Goes quite well, I think, with these two heroes that are already on the board. Being able to drop your artillery on a lot of fatal bonded people
Radiant
is a very
team
nice
back.
perk, very nice benefit, even if you are not killing tombstones when you're doing that. But then that would be a core Snapfire anyway, so, you know, that would be a side thing, not your primary objective. Meepo knocked out, they don't want to see the JB Meepo again, I do not blame you. It is probably not the worst idea to just get rid of the Meepo in most games if you are facing a team that plays it. It is just a really good hero right now. It's pretty hard to kill. There's not really that many great options in the game of doing it.
I agree.
10
JB is a pretty good Timbersaw player. They've got 2 strength heroes so far. Might want to be careful of that.
5
True.
seconds remaining.
Then, I don't know how much Undying cares about getting his strength stolen or to steal it right back. He is pretty bad against Timbersaw for other reasons, though. Most notably in the fact that all the Tombstone really does is just generate him full reactive armor stacks, and that's it. And he's a big, slow idiot, just easy to cut down. So it is an interesting and elegant solution, but it is a solution. How do you get rid of the Tombstone on this lineup? Easy. Well, in lane, easy. Just pick somebody who doesn't care. Omni Knight cares. Not going to be laning against him. You're on it today, as far as predicting what the Reedy lineup's going to do.
I didn't look ahead, I promise.
You looked ahead, didn't
10
you?
seconds remaining.
I didn't. Can't even get this wrong. Look, they'll
5
pick
seconds remaining.
off lane, Centaur or Underlord. And then
Well,
they'll
yeah,
pick-
you'll definitely get it wrong if you're predicting Pitlord, because Pitlord's banned.
Oh, my bad, I didn't see that. Centaur off lane's the big boy.
No, it's going to be
Oh,
Darkseer.
Darkseer. Interesting.
Well, last time we saw Darkseer, we saw a lot of Walls of Illusion hit 0 people. Troll Warlord?
That's a really bad pick.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Don't do that to yourself! Kai, my man, there's an enemy Omni Knight.
Yeah, he needs to buy another Fire and Acceptor, but that's 4,000 plus gold you don't want to be spending.
5 seconds remaining.
They've got an Omni Knight, that's really bad for you. They've got the Spirit Breaker, that's pretty bad for you. And hell, just Warlock sitting there putting up his upheaval is pretty bad for Troll Warlord as well. That's a very questionable pick. The Darkseer is whatever. It's like, the Darkseer wasn't good when it was picked, but like Darkseer just makes so many heroes unpickable, or just has a good game. Like, there's not going to be a bad Darkseer game. He's definitely a good pause 3 to pick up this patch if you're a pause 3 player. You know who the hell to run.
Radiant team ban.
Viper is interesting. Another very momentum-heavy hero like the Warlock. If Viper is not winning, he does not do anything for you in this match. If Viper is winning, he just makes Troll Warlord a complete joke, and that's not good. He makes Troll Warlord a complete joke, and he has literally nothing to worry about from Darkseer because his illusion
10
is
seconds
terrible
remaining.
without his abilities.
If he goes the new Acceptor Bloodstone build as well, the Troll Warlock's not going to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Troll Warlord's already not going to do anything even without that. Like, here's all you need to do to stop the Troll Warlord this game. You ready? Step 1, hit W.
10 seconds
Step
remaining.
2, wait till it gets off cooldown and then do it again, you know?
5 seconds
Really
remaining.
bad Troll Warlord matchup. Great to lane against, you know, if Troll Warlord's laning against Viper, hey, good news for Troll there. If he's not, crap. He got the Spear Breaker too. It's just, this looks, okay, praise the Moon of Mane. This looks like such a hard Troll Warlord game. It's really confusing. think this is a much weaker looking troll game than the game one was an anti-mage game.
This could be an OD pick for Dire. Maybe. I think that could be the only hero I would pick.
It wouldn't be the worst
Against
idea in the
Viper
world,
mid.
yeah. You'd be doing Viper +1. Yeah, OD mid wouldn't be the worst thing in the
10
world.
seconds remaining.
Being able to put people in jail. Both a great save and a great way to pick somebody out. The only issue is that you could unintentionally create situations where people dodge vacuum doing that, which ain't great. Or you could unintentionally put Troll Warlord in jail when he's in the middle of his ult, which ain't great either. There is possibility for backfire on those. You always need to be conscious about in an LD2L game. But, overall, it would be fine. It would also be a good source of magic damage, which they...
you could go Invoker, if they're an Invoker player, because your Tornado would dispel the
yeah,
Omni
Space
Knight.
Cowboy's actually, I
Oh.
believe, primarily an Invoker player when he's at mid, so... Wouldn't be the worst idea. He is going to leave it to the last second.
Radiant
Oh my
team
god.
pick.
Shadow Fiend. Well, hey, we
That's
know...
already countered by the Viper Spirit Breaker. If that Spirit Breaker charges you mid lane, you're dead.
You know, the good news is that last time we saw Shadow Fiend versus Viper at mid, it was the Season 12 finals where Viper went like
10
0 in a
seconds
million, and it
remaining.
just was the terrible time to be alive for that team.
5
Was that Trash Boat
seconds
playing?
Yeah, it was Trash Boat on the Viper and Minoy on the Shadow Fiend. The bad news is I don't think that's happening again because that was predicated by a lot of unfortunate incidents. That was predicated by some unwanted tower shots, and that was a lineup where you didn't have Spirit Breaker on Viper's team. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. This looks really bad. This team, like, there's no catch
I
either.
would-
They have one stun
Wouldn't
on
mind
the whole lineup.
Jug or Slark for Radiant.
I don't know. Radiant can almost
Probably
pick whatever
Jug.
they want. No, they're gonna
Oh,
pick
they
OD.
went
Oh my
OD.
god, it's gonna be Puzzle on Viper. Here we go.
Reedy is playing Omni
No.
Knight
Oh my
G-Raf
god, it's...
on the
what?
Viper.
Oh my god, it's +1 Omni Knight. What the hell are we living in? What
Interesting.
is this nonsense?
Molsky on the Spirit Breaker as well.
This is a very interesting lineup.
And this is a sad time to be a Troll Warlord, laning against
Yeah.
Viper.
No, this is like exactly as bad of a time to be a Shadow Fiend as well. How are you gonna live for more than 2 seconds in any fight as Shadow Fiend this game? Like, OD ults you and you just die. Viper ults you and you just die.
Last game, they didn't end as early as I thought they would say, so I'm going to say our prediction this game, 32 to 38 minutes, and
There we go.
Radiant.
Yeah, I think this is a safe call for Radiant from here. I mean, it's never a great thing to call in draft, but this looks like this is so disproportionate. This core lineup has nothing to do here. We don't need to see the intros. The intros are probably fine. You know what that would look
Prepare
like,
for
right?
battle.
Just close your eyes and imagine Troll Warlord and all his friends hanging out in some spooky place. There, you've got the intro now. I like this Magic Wand 3 branches build people are doing now on a bunch of heroes, like the Universals most notably. Because it always looks like people are buying a Magic Wand and then also buying the old Magic Wand with the 3 branches.
Yeah, I think Iron Branch is 2 damage per Universal Hero, so
Yep.
high value damage.
Listen, it's funny. That's the important part. Good luck also, says Big Boy LaCroix. He, more than anyone, is going to need it this game.
I'm not sure about the Vanguard rush though, because
30 seconds.
Omni Knight's damage is going to be pure damage.
Who's Vanguard rushing here? Oh, the Darkseer? Yeah.
Darkseer.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be looking at Omni Knight for a long time. These are not heroes that are going to interact much. Darkseer wants to, if Darkseer wants to avoid Omni Knight's damage, he just simply walks away. It's getting it thinking I guess about...
The battle begins.
No, you're right, this makes no sense. I was gonna say about the Troll Warlord, that's the wrong team. That is very
Yeah,
odd.
no one on the raiding team is going to do traditional right click.
No. Yeah, you know, Viper's gonna have your poison attack. I mean, the closest you're gonna get is Spirit Breaker. Is gonna do some physical damage to you, that's it. And most of his damage is not the kind that interacts with your damage block. I don't know, this is really weird.
Hey, it's not even like it builds into Yactrine anymore.
Pause 1 Omni Knight. It's better not win. Can we not have a week where a pause 1 Omni Knight and a pause 2 Jakiro both win? That would be awesome.
What's wrong with a plus 2 Jakiro?
Nothing.
It's a high performing mid hero.
Yeah, it's a really high performing mid hero, especially if you've never played it.
Hyper farming.
So it's a high performance mid hero if you've never played it before in your life.
You just got a split push. It's easy peasy.
True.
This is a really good stick lane for them top. Ogre and Troll Warlord.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be a very high value stick. Viper is building it, though he is taking his sweet time to do so. As mentioned earlier, it is going to be good news for Troll that he gets his lane at least. Well, it's not going to be good with the Spirit Breaker. It is going to put a damper in his smile, but in lane, Viper doesn't do anything to this guy. Every other point in the game, different story, but in lane.
Oh, might be feeding though.
Yeah.
That's a feed.
They don't even get him back. They don't even get Kai with the... doesn't even melt. That is very awkward. That's very awkward, and worse yet, it is very poorly timed. If Viper waits till level 2 to try that, I think he gets it. Viper's not missing, it was Undying that was missing. I think that was about the right time, oops. Oh well. Back to it. Big Boiler Croy getting a little hammered down here at bot. I mean, this is such a weird lane. I'll be honest, as an off-lane player, if I go to lane and I see Omni Knight and Warlock, I'm also like, what the hell do I do about this? This is so unorthodox. It's a great confusion lane. I like Omni Knight just eating the Ion Shell just with the Warlock regen. I can tell you this much: if these guys don't build a vessel on this team, they are actually nuts. Somebody was, I think it was your team, the first game in that series you play, where Matt was tilting because nobody built a vessel. And I'm going to be tilting if it doesn't happen here.
Vessel?
Yes.
I don't even remember what heroes we had in the first game. We had a Timbersaw and an LC.
Yeah, Timbersaw, you were LC,
Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker, and you had 2 supports. And they have 5 heroes with heals. 5 heroes with heals, and none of them want to buy BKB, so... It was, in the interest of fairness, a very prime vessel game.
What did we have? Did we have a Crystal Maiden? I don't
think
recall.
so. You had 2 supports. That's the important thing.
There's not really that much mana left on the Dire off lane.
No, they're out of supply.
I got one mango. Does the Darkseid have a mango?
Nope.
Oh, he's got stick charges, I guess. Enough for 1 Iron Shell. Does the Omni Knight Hammer, does that generate a stick charge?
I believe it does, yes. It would certainly explain it. I don't think Warlock has used 7 skills in this lane so far. Be a lot of mana. Especially considering he hasn't hit Upheaval at all. So we can watch for that next time these two get into it. So far,
Top
OD's
lane's
been
getting
kinda,
better for Troll Warlord than it should be.
so far this OD's been kind of owning mid. He is nearly 10 last hits up. 9, as you might say in the business, and he is 11. Oh no, he's 9 last hits up and 11 denies up. Oh no!
That's a
That
big
ain't
XP
good.
difference.
Yeah, the about half a level difference between them. Ooh, yeah, Space Cowboy, yeah, he's not having a good time.
No one has a good time playing this OD.
Well, no.
Such a terrible hero to play against.
There's a couple of heroes that don't care. I remember back in the TI3 era where it was like, you just simply pick the Razor against it, easy.
That's why we actually picked the Jakiro mid, because I was expecting to play against the OD. And he doesn't do well if he has darts on him.
Well, true. Guy just getting charged up over here. Nobody in this safe lane, nobody in this top lane at all is, like, having a good game. Everybody is just kind of low on their last hits up here. It's mutually assured destruction. Which probably
that Shadow Fiend is actually living in poverty.
Yeah. Undying swoops in down to mid to take custody, while Space Cowboy has to go home and freshen up.
Is he getting Midas on the OD?
Yes, he is. It is slightly unfortunate because while Space Cowboy did most definitely need to go home there, it has extended that XP difference from half a level to more or less a full level. Omni-Knight not having the best go at bot lane here. I mean, he has a decent enough amount of last hits, but like, I don't know, if I was playing offlane, okay, how did that happen? If I was playing offlane, I would just be kind of constantly wondering if I even needed to worry about Omni-Knight getting farm at all, to be honest with you. Spirit Breaker's just gonna go behind the tower here, just get rid of this Troll Warlord while Ogre Magi just kind of watches.
I think I'll expect to see Gleipnir and a Greaves out from the Viper. Oh no, he's going Shreds. Just the Gleipnir then. Gleipnir BKB perhaps. Or Gleipnir, however you want to pronounce it.
I like to pronounce it in funny ways, that doesn't mean you do. So,
Charge is going to mid.
yeah, I was looking bot.
Oh, never mind.
I was looking bot, I was like, okay, Spirit Breaker must be charging bot. Now he's just going mid for the kill that's already dead. This poor Space Cowboy, like, the Spirit Breaker didn't even get to intervene here and he still died. This is
If I was
so
the
rough.
Sparrow here, I'd just walk behind the tier 1 mid and instantly kill the Shadow Fiend again.
Yeah, if I was the Shadow Fiend, I just wouldn't even come back, to be honest with you. I'd just go somewhere else. I'd just be done. What? Okay, I'm really curious. How? How did this happen?
Just too far up. Charge is going to come in. Oh, here's the double charge.
Just drowns in the Viper Break juice.
I think Viper's dead, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, he got the Troll Warlord first, so...
What does the net worth look like? I'm expecting the Ogre to be very close to the Troll. Oh, no, Troll's quite far ahead.
Troll's doing, Troll's not far behind his, Radiant counterpart. Not far behind his, lane opponent, so... I mean, the net worth is very rarely going to be that distinct at this point.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At this point, Troll Warlord, especially because Viper just got the Wisdom Rune, and especially because Troll Warlord has to walk back to land, he is going to be finding himself at a pretty nasty XP deficit compared to the opposing offlane.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It's not really
I
going to
know that he needs to farm on the Troll Warlord, but I really don't feel like he has time to build the Battle Fury. And then buy the item he needs to purge, and then buy his BKB, and then buy his gap close.
Yeah,
I think he's hoping for a 35 to 45 minute game. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, really, let's say a 35 to 45 minute game that remains competitive the whole time. That's an important distinction, I should say. Troll melts, actually. Just barely. Last tick of the Viper Q there, and Troll melts.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He almost needs to just go like Mask of Madness and sit in the jungle for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, he really does.
He can't go back to his
He
lane.
can't show anywhere.
But then I also think the same for the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, that's anti-chemistry. Spirit Breaker charging bot, and then Odie puts the guy in jail, and no charge is now cancelled. And Odie now dies.
Could be a big comeback kill for
Yeah,
Kai.
that's pretty good. Kai tips J-Bay. The interesting thing about Kai as a player, and we observed this in another game as well, it's like, well, no, we observed this actually for Matt on his team, but it's the same for Kai here. Kai is just not down for long. It's like every time something horrible and terrible happens to him, that's like you look at it and it's like, okay, well, yeah, this is just it. This guy is just gonna be crying for the rest of this game. He does find somewhere. He does find some angle of attack to come back from. Like right there, just great TP, brave, but very well done. And this is horribly awkward for Viper, who almost certainly didn't expect to see the Troll Warlord here. I know you've broken this guy, and that's great, but the problem is that he's already got a bunch of stacks. The break doesn't stop him from having stacks at all. It stops him from building more. So it's got to be earlier than that, Chief. Still is quite notable that even in a ridiculously favorable matchup, it did almost kill Troll to do this. Well, we have the Undying versus Omni Knight matchup, and as predicted,
You should really die from this.
not going great for Omni Knight. So Space Cowboy did just randomly die at mid. Oh, he almost had a misplay there. Everybody's body blocking each other. A little awkward, but they get the Omni Knight anyway. And despite the fact that we just saw an Omni Knight killed, their boss one just died at 10 minutes. There we go. It's a strange thing to say, but it's true. Big Boy LaCroix had the creative idea there to try and save that creep by surging it, but God said no. Viper was going 4th staff, but he has decided to retroactively heed your advice, go for the Rod of Atos here instead, which is not a bad idea, just more kiting items for the Troll. Just more reasons he has to build a BKB before he can do anything this game. Like, there's just so much. Troll has so much on his plate. I mentioned how Big Boy had so much on his plate in the last game. This is the Kai has so much on his plate game. And this time we have the exact ideal scenario for Viper where Troll Warlord hits ult, but he's in the Viper break juice, so he does no damage at all.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Does it get rid of his lifesteal?
Gets rid of the lifesteal.
Yeah, that's baked into his ult.
Dire's
I don't know.
top tower has
I don't know if it does, to be honest with you. Yeah, but I do know this, it gets rid of Fervor, and that's the important thing. Well, it doesn't get rid of existing stacks of Fervor, it gets rid of new stacks of Fervor. In that occasion, Troll Warlord had not attacked the Viper a single time before he had started that ult, so he did nothing.
How's the Darkseer looking towards the mech? Is he close to the mech?
Shift to the net worth chart. He is in 2nd place for net worth. He is very close to the mech, just a couple of ways away on mech, which is nice for him. It is going to be to his advantage, I think, to try and angle for Greaves as soon as humanly possible. Greaves, great fight resetter, and you're definitely going to want that if you're running against like an Omni Knight, running against a of the Viper.
It could almost be worth the Darkseer going for the Nullifier after his Greaves, so that Kai doesn't have to build on the Troll.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's true. It is a big ticket item, though, during which time Darkseer has very little fighting ability.
Once he's got his Greaves, he's like ready to fight almost.
Well, once he has Greaves, he's ready to not die. It's just against this team, he does no damage at all. So something is going to have to be done to address that. Because none of these guys, like, you don't do any damage with Wall Illusion against these teams. This team, none of these guys right-click. And you're not going to do that much from Ion Shell because they have so many ways to deal with that. And yeah, they just double ulted Big Boy LaCroix, and all he did was just run away, and it was fine. But, you know, you're not going to get, like, any Ion Shell damage out either, because, you know, the Warlock is just going to completely get rid of that. So it is a situation where it's like,
Oh.
like look at that. Look at how many guys are in this Wall of Illusion. It's doing nothing. Well, they get J-Base. That's the good news. Unfortunately, Omni Knight always has the ability to do this. Okay. Well, it's not going to be that unfortunate.
In the business.
Gave him the business. They had neither a Viper. Well, they had neither a Viper. They had no Viper there, which is slightly unfortunate for taking those early fights. What you gonna do?
I would say at this point in the game, GF is the P1 really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Reedy's
Maybe you
playing a
could say
P3.
JB. Almost. I mean, I don't know. Which one of these heroes that don't scales the best? That's a hard one to
I
say.
think Viper does scale, especially if you get a new Ags build. Ags, Bloodstone, you just can't kill him.
Stereo coming out here. Shadow Fiend denies mid T1. Only 2 towers are down so far in this game. It is one major notable fact about this Radiant team that they have almost no tower pushing ability whatsoever. Again, good timing on the Viper break.
I don't know, Viper Ag Shard is really good for pushing.
Yeah, the thing I was going to say is, as it stands, they have none. They need to get this Viper Shard really quick, or else their ability to take objectives during this really, really strong point for them is going to be kind of stunted. The Undying here, who's about to have a very ironic name. One notable thing about the Viper Shard in a game like this is, and a mechanic many people often forget about, the Viper Shard does increase the max stacks, which means you get more magic resistance killing unless you go with the corrosive scan. 10 damage per second build and you get flamed by me. Anyway, you do get more magic damage off of the shard as well when you give max stacks to the enemy, which means that OD ult starts to do a hell of a lot of damage. Guy doing everything he can to stay alive here. For some reason, I'm just not seeing a scenario in which he lives.
I was gonna say, one of the worst things about this troll is that you can just get put in imprisonment.
Yeah.
When you press ult.
You have another scenario here where it's like you have the Wall of Illusion, OD there. Doesn't do the damage. Luckily, with the Shadow Fiend nearby, with that evil presence, with the Shadow Fiend nearby and the Dark Seer with the Graves there, is going to be able to get the job done anyway. That sucks.
One slow Undying. Does he have TP available in that Undying? Could you have just TP'd out? Nah, he couldn't.
26-second cooldown.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh.
Well.
That's the Shadow Blade reveal.
Slightly unfortunate. Space Cowboy in this game, where he really shouldn't be able to do anything, is actually carving himself quite a good niche here so far. You know, this looks like the
He's
hardest...
doing a good job of coming to the fights late, where Radiant have basically used most of their spells.
Yeah. At this point,
like the one under
working.
the tier 1, he could get the OD because the imprisonment had already been used.
Mm-hmm.
And just there, he's come into this fight after the Undying's died, and he just clean up on that Viper.
If you wanna hear the most shocking fact of your life, lowest net worth core in the game right now is Omni Knight by 500 gold.
Is under attack.
I'm shocked. Is that his harpoon getting delivered?
Let's find out. Omni Knight's courier, what is on? It is the harpoon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know,
Dire's top tower is
I gotta
under
say, I'm a little tired of hearing people talk about that particular item, right? About that
Harpoon
item that
is so
builds.
good.
About that
It's
item
my
that builds
favorite
from the
item.
Echo.
Radiant's middle
Because the
tower
thing is,
under
it's like,
attack.
it's good, I understand it. But everyone just likes to harpoon and oon about it.
What?
Never mind. Guy
I
dies
don't know what
there.
you're trying to say there.
Harpoon and oon, harp on and on, you get it. Do they even say that in the UK?
That one's missed the mark, I'm afraid.
Do they even say harp on and very brave OD ult there. Big boy LaCroix still living.
Space Cowboy's just going for this.
Yeah.
He should really just ran when he got the surge. Like, he got the kill, but he died. That's a lot of gold for the Viper.
Yep. Ultimately, gold change favors the Radiant there.
Radiant's bottom tower is
We
under
ain't through
attack.
yet. Ooh, Darkseer tried to get away there and just got harpooned.
No
Without the
escaping
Shadow
the
Fiend,
harpoon.
this feels like an eighth of a team. Kai is going to come back in. But again, you know, as I mentioned, Kai having to run through the upheaval sucks. Okay, they Spear Breaker. I understand the guy was low. Okay, he did get the troll at least. It's a bit unfortunate. I think he turned around just a little too soon there. He died anyway, right?
Undying coming in, clean up. When are we going to see the Undying harpoon? That's what I want to know.
Great question. Let's see if he's building it. Well, he's building an item that came out in the same patch as the harpoon. Does that count? He's also way overstayed his
He's
welcome
dead.
over here.
Yeah, he's dead. He dropped the tombstone though, so that Beat is going to have an extra 200 gold after this kill.
Yep. One of the best don't drop.
Oh,
Okay, well,
no, Shadow Fiend's
Shadow
there.
Fiends respawn. Goodbye. Viper finished the gleep. Stero even got the kill.
The only problem with this lineup is they don't have anyone building the auras for them.
Oh, Omni Knight harpooning here. Did not eat quite as much
Is
damage.
he dead?
Let's find out. Nope,
I
OD's
think
coming
he's
in.
living.
Very good time. And down he goes.
He
Takes
nearly
out the
died.
Space Cowboy, yep. Almost dies in the wayside of that. But overall, A-okay there. I am fine with that if I'm Radiant. Such a long, chaotic fight. But overall, they definitely came away with their winner's purse there. Healing Sap dropped here. Poor Troll Warlord is going for Ags first. Because he wants to get his
He's got a
spells.
Yasha coming?
He's got a Yasha
Maybe?
coming in, yeah.
Oh no, he's not. He's not.
Yeah,
I don't know what was on his career.
He's just got Blade of Alacrity for Ags here, I think. No, I don't know. He's got a second Blade of Alacrity, so he's definitely building something on his career that needs that. But we don't get to know what it is. We're just not cool enough. Awesome wall, but nobody's here.
Oh, he's dead.
Awesome
And then
wall,
they're going
but
to walk through the
nobody's
wall
here?
a few more times though to help him out.
Nobody's here, and this wall doesn't do anything.
Dire's top tower is
Omni Knight is going to be building an Assault Kuros, so there you go, Otto. That's that aura you wanted, right?
I was thinking more Guardian Greaves, to be honest. Even the pipe is not too bad this game against Darkseer.
Yo. Yo.
Dire's top
Hold
tower
up.
is under attack.
My
Dire's
Warlock
top
has a
tower
Midas.
is falling.
Actual
It's a
chat.
rich boy. Me only needs to press one button.
Right now that button is the die button.
It's alright, he's going to respawn just as his Midas comes up cooldown.
Yeah, true.
Radiant's
And
bottom
they
tower
murdered the man who
is
did
under
it.
attack.
They took his tombstone. These many very optimistic ults from the
Radiant's
Viper this game,
bottom
gotta
tower
say.
is under attack.
He's going for BKB. I don't know if I'm down with that idea, to be honest with you.
I think BKB is really good for Peters here. Because he doesn't like having all this shit on him.
On one hand, that's
It makes
true.
him slow. Makes him walk.
On
You
the
can walk
other
him
hand,
down
it's
if he
like-
has all this crap on him. All the ogre slows, iron shells on him.
Like, that's not real. I mean, the only thing that's ever really killing Viper is when he chooses to stand in front of Space Cowboy. And that's it's not a
Sometimes you don't have the choice though. If you got the slow on you, because Viper's a really slow hero anyway.
Spear Breaker charges right through the wall.
He did his job.
And he pays
Dark
for
Seer's
it.
down.
Yep. Well, this ain't great. Space Cowboy just completely randomly dies.
Stepping up a bit too far.
I don't know. The problem for me with Viper is that you lose so much time when you're really good going for a BKB in a game like that. What's happening to Troll? Oh, he's soloing Roche. Okay.
I don't think he's gonna finish it. Or is he?
No, he should be fine. This looks good.
He's run out of life. Oh no, he's got the morbid mass.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under
I don't know. One unlucky
It's gonna take
bash.
forever. It's gonna be risky, but I think it's probably gonna be fine. No, he's giving up. He's he had to.
I
he
was
had to
gonna
give up
say,
the-
I don't think he does the damage that he thinks he
Dire
does.
structures are fortified.
Well, you're telling me a troll warlord with a battle fury and a blade of alacrity.
Don't forget the point booster.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Where a lot of his damage comes from, if you think about it. Omni Knight wants blood. I like the breakthrough on the Undying.
Oh,
I like
he's
JB
teamed.
stealing the kill. Oh wait, no, he did that to somebody else.
He bunkered.
Yeah, he was on the tombstone. I just saw the Undying disappear, and I heard the the jail noise. I was like, JB, come on, bro. Typical anti-mage teamfight contribution right here. Viper did at least make me happy by that was a bad fight. Viper did make me happy by getting the shard before the BKB at the very least. It's gonna help out here.
What time are we at now? 25 minutes. So they
Yeah.
got 12 minutes to end, and I'll be right on my prediction.
Ogre Magi is back, baby.
Or 7 to 12 minutes, sorry.
Bringing it back, baby. Kai at it again. This is a little bit more optimistic looking this time.
These guys all again. The funny thing is, though, I think even if he gets this ages, I think he'll just die twice.
Yeah, he's been doing this for like 10 minutes.
Your Shan has fallen to the dire.
Kai has been doing this Roshitud my whole life. And he gets the Aegis at the cost of falling to second lowest net worth. Viper's decided, screw the BKB, going for Hex here instead, which is interesting.
Just a bit more control for the no BKB Troll Warlord.
Yep. For the no BKB Troll Warlord. For the equally lacking in BKB Shadow Fiend.
Well, they're doing Tormentor. No, they're not committed. Oh, it's already dead.
Yeah. They,
I assume the Undying got that, actually.
They're retroactively doing the Tormentor. Yeah, it's not even on the feed, it ain't been up yet. Archseer takes one step.
Is he going Blade Mail on the Undying?
On the Undying, let's figure it out.
Radiant's bottom tower
No.
is under attack.
Is that not what just got queued?
No, he's got a Force Staff.
Oh, sorry, the screen's just too small on the Discord.
Tower is under attack.
It'll do that. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
T3 goes down with no effort.
Dire's top barracks
Well, I don't think they can fight him. Troll Lord's coming back with his Aegis, look.
has fallen.
With no BKB. Here he comes.
Yep. First thing that happens is he just goes from 100 to 0. The only thing he's able to do is just beat Spear Breaker up a tiny amount.
He's respawning.
Yep. And he ulted and was immediately disarmed. And then he died twice! And so did everyone on this team. I mean, call it Vex or what, like...
Dire's
Well, they can't get Megas.
fallen.
And
true.
the respawn time is too short ready to go for Throne.
Dire's middle tower is
Also
under
true.
attack.
They could definitely take this thing over. And while the respawn times on a couple of these heroes aren't that long, the respawn times on the heroes that are going to be able to do anything about this are Wall of Illusion, not up for 50 seconds, so that's not an option when that comes to it. Viper is just choosing not to attack this tower because he has decided to become a pacifist.
Has fallen.
Is the Ogre on, did I just miss an Ogre buyback? Why is his respawn so long?
Has fallen.
No, he just
Dire's middle
responds,
barracks has fallen.
Let's find out.
No, he did buy back,
He
look,
bought
yeah, he
Yes,
bought back.
bought back for the T3 defense. 2 sets of racks go down. It's really hard to see how the Dire has a game at this point. OD is bringing something in, presumably. TP scrolls. Wow! Finally, OD can TP. It's going for a Hex here. at this point.
I mean, you
This is
should
massive
stop
network.
by being shot. You don't need to hex his tower.
True. Omni Knights go Daedalus. There is no god. There is no omniscience, sorry. Warlock with his refresher orb. And as stated earlier, like I said, this is a guy who is really good. If you're already winning, Omni Knight is a great hero who can keep you on top, and so far in this game, he's been doing just that. Just so much annoyance for the enemy team and trying to make something happen here. J-Bay pops the
cheap
smoke, and
six
the
finish.
enemy does not realize that was the case. And now he doesn't realize that was the case. He does not realize that was a smoke. That's not how you want a smoke to go. You don't want to smoke and then your pause 5 is the one that dies. It's not traditionally considered a very good outcome. Here comes the meteor hammer, right? OD very ballsy here. He's gonna try and go for this. He just eliminate Big Boy LaCroix from existence. BKB coming out here, but so
Should just get right click down.
did have a halberd run in here. And yeah, the down has been run. Odie is no more. Godlike streak ended, but Kai's living streak is also ended. And while this is happening,
Is he anywhere close to BKB on the troll?
is he even building BKB on the troll? The answer is no.
Oh, no.
Oh, Shad Omni Knight, here we go! Oh no, never mind. The Hurricane Bite comes out. Holy crap! Come on, come
Give
on!
him the high five.
No, the invisibility is invincibility. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would what a humiliating way for this game to end that would have been.
I mean, I think the game has ended.
I mean, yeah, it's over, but what a humiliating way to go out is more the point.
Hopefully they don't call it for another minute and then my prediction will be correct.
It's true. Because you were looking at the run.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Nope, they're holding out. They are holding out for a hero.
I'm not sure what that hero is. I mean, I know they got the Battlefield and the Troll, but
Well,
you can't
he's
play this
never
game
going to beat
pinning your
anything.
base.
Like, this is such a bad troll match. Even if he gets 1,000,000 gold, he's still not going to beat these guys. If
I mean, he just
troll,
needs a BKB, and then he can actually exist in the fight. At the moment, he can't exist in the fight.
even if he has BKB, the problem still is OD can still save people with this astral imprisonment. Viper ult goes right through BKB, does not care. Omni Knight can still make himself physical immune. He could have OD's net worth. He could have 6 BKBs and do nothing in this game. It is just such a comically terrible game for him. The Dire are going to try and flush a Radiant from their spawn, and they do so by using almost every major trick left in their book. They even buy back the Undying for this nothing fight, which is going to get reversed when the Dire walks, or when the Radiant walks upstairs. No, Big Boy's Courier! Oh, now this is like
Maybe it's
horrible.
the Troll.
I actually lived there, but not for long. Space Cowboy falls into the grave. Then he calls
GG's
GG and we
cool.
get to go home. 2 nice
32
short
minutes.
games, thank God. Already did one 90-minute classic today. US Danny even calls the GG, so the spectators lose. How sad.
I think both games, the Gotham team just got let down by that draft.
I think game 1, the draft was not in their favor, but the execution just like completely killed them. This time, yeah, they just died in the cradle here. Like, Troll versus Viper is so bad. It's so bad for Troll. He lanes well against it, and that's all he does. This guy is such a menace to Troll for the whole game. He is
No
great at
BKB.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
understand
help.
you need the axe to dispel the Omni Knight stuff. But you can't exist in a fight without BKB.
It's like, you can't exist in a fight at all. Like I said, even with the BKB, the Viper ult goes right through it. The Omni Knight still has his ult, which just completely shreds you. Spirit Breaker
Yeah,
can
Spirit
still
Breaker.
keep you bashed around. J-Bay can make saves with his W if he decides that's a necessary thing to do. It is such a comically bad troll game, and Shadow Fiend does not add much to the equation. He had such a good game in spite of that, don't get me wrong. It makes you wonder what would have happened if he was on a hero that could like do something in this game, but he's just in the exact same boat where it's like, if the only way Shadow Fiend ever wins fights is just by coming in after they're already decided and right-clicking people. That's the only kills he got this game. It's the only impact he had. And the problem is that they have such a bad lineup for doing that. Like, early on in the game, you know, and I kept mentioning this, it's like, Darkseer got his Grease, he's working on his Zags, all that stuff is nice and good, but the Wall of Illusion doesn't do anything. And they have so much that can reverse it. The Ion Shell doesn't really do much either. Volsky got a Heaven's Halberd, which I think, speaking of Troll Warlord, by the way, it's irrelevant to Darkseer. I know it's an aside, but I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. The Heaven's Halberd was just really the creme de la creme, the icing on the cake for old Troll Warlord here, just to have so much not a game. I don't know. It didn't feel like any other core lineup could do anything. Like, there aren't many bad Darkseer games, but this is one, and there are many bad Troll and Shadow Fiend games, and this was a hell of a one.
I think also you're doubling down on something that you already have. Like Shadow Fiend is big right click, especially the way he's built it is big right click damage, and that's what the troll's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's like two guys who do the same thing who do not add to each other in much of a meaningful way. I mean, hey, the Space Cowboy, the presence of the Dark Lord, that helps Troll Warlord do a little bit more right click damage. That's where it ends. Otherwise, you just have two really glass cannon-y right-click heroes on a team against an Odie and a Viper. I don't know. And a Spear Breaker.
And the Omni Knight was shown before either of those picks.
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting decisions here. Either way, done with this week, and thank God for it. I think I'm even going to be able to get these casts up before it's an ungodly time of night. So, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. It's too late to get into this season unless you are replacing somebody else who drops out. But there is stand-ins who are always needed. I mean, there's, like, seriously over 10 stand-ins this week on 8 teams. Come on now. Stand-ins always needed. Queues popping everywhere you look. Good time to be alive. It's a good time for me because I don't have to record any more games this week and just do 9 straight recordings on Saturday. So hooray! We'll see you next time.